Hey you guys, today we're going to try something different. Welcome to the Steve Cooking Show. That's right, we're going to cook a delicious meal today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. We're going to cook spaghetti and meatballs. This is an Italian dish. I don't know if you've heard of it before, but it's pretty good. What you do is you take spaghetti and you add balls of meat to it and a sauce. And it's a delicious cuisine, and we're going to do it right now. I'm going to show you how to do it. Now there's a few shortcuts because, see, we're going to do the single guy who lives at home with a cat recipe, and there's a lot of shortcuts that you may not have, but I'm going to show you anyway how to do it. The first thing you do is you go out and you go to a party, and at this party you make sure that you go to a party that is serving spaghetti and meatballs, or else you cannot do this recipe. So I went last night to a party that indeed had spaghetti and meatballs. And they gave me the leftover here. See, here's the leftover spaghetti and meatballs right here. And I'm going to show you how you serve it up. What you do is you take your container with the spaghetti and meatballs in it. And you take some meatballs and spaghetti and you scoop it out and you put it on a plate like this. And get some nice pasta with it. Now see, this spaghetti meatballs have like 900 meatballs in it. You may not like that many. I do. I like 50 meatballs per square inch on mine. So that's why we have an abundance of meatballs here that you can see. But anyway, so what you do, you scoop it onto a plate like this. Like so. Then, this device here, you can get this in most appliance stores. It's a microwave oven. This uses radio wave technology to actually heat the food. And what you do is you put this in here, and this one has a shortcut memory system, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cook this for 2 minutes. So what you do is you press the number 2 like so, and this cooks the meal. Now in the interest of saving time, I have one all prepared here to show you. Here it is right here, and this is what it looks like when it's done. It's delicious looking, isn't it? I haven't arranged it very good. Usually, you know, you'd kind of like mess this right here, push these down like that, and maybe, you know, kind of move these over here like that off to the side. Maybe some garnish. Probably just, I don't know, to your taste. I mean, you want this to look as good as, you know, it can, you know, if you have company. I don't care right now. We're just going to feed myself and a cat. But that's how you do it. And if you want to get really crafty, another thing that you can do is you can add your dessert at the same time. If you have a cookable dessert, in the interest of time, I would do both at the same time. So what we do is you go out and get yourself one of these bad boys right here. Now this is pre-cooked pie, my favorite pumpkin. Cut yourself a slab of this. I'm not going to show you how to do it because you can envision it. What you do is you take a knife and you draw it along the edges, and you actually take a section out of this pie and put it on the plate. Now, you have to be careful with this. This is where the recipe gets really tricky, because you want to make sure that your pie and your spaghetti need to be cooked at the same time rate. You don't want one being too hot, one being too cold. You know, you have to make sure that the things that you put in the microwave, they have to be cooked at an even time. So you may want to get a little cutesy, and you may want to, like, if you want your pie cooked for a minute, you may want to put the pie in, you know, cook it for a minute, the spaghetti, and then put the slice of pie in, and then cook it for an additional minute. And that means the spaghetti would be cooked for 2 minutes, the pie for just 1. See, 1 minute, and then another minute, and then it's 2 minutes for everything. You have to be pretty savvy to do that, but I've had enough practice with it as a single male, living at home, cooking my meals, that you know, I can tweak these recipes like that. But anyway, so that's spaghetti and meatballs, how to do it yourself at home on a budget. Enjoy. Till next time. Next time I think we're going to try something a little bit different. There's a thing called eggs that I want to do, where you actually have to use a stove and whatnot. But we'll do that some other time because that's a little more time consuming. That's kind of more involved. But anyway, enjoy spaghetti and meatballs. Have fun, guys. Don't burn yourself. These things can be really tricky.